Hi, I'm Venus of Savagely Curvy Connect, and this is my friend Maria.
Hi.
We just binge watched the new show Shrill on one of Hulu's original shows. If you haven't been paying attention, it's kind of blown up the plus size community on social media. I've gotten tagged in a bunch of things where people are blog posting or podcasting or smoke signaling or whatever it is about it. Because it's one of the first shows probably, I guess, with a plus size star about being plus size.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I can't think of anything. The show is with Aidy Bryant. She's on SNL. I'm not a big SNL person.
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, yeah. We just binge watched. There's only 6 episodes, which seems kind of short, and they're roughly about a half an hour each.
Not too bad. It was actually pretty good.
So the story starts out with Annie and sort of sets you up for her being plus size and being marginalized by a trainer who wants to train her. She's dealing with, I can't say it on our channel, but a douchebag kind of, we want to say F-boy, douchebag.
Yeah, F-boy. Pretty much.
And then a boss who, he almost curses her out in the first, yeah. So nobody really respects her in her life, and she's has self-esteem issues, even besides being plus size, I think. One of my problems was sort of, she herself has issues. Oh no, I don't even want to say that.
Well, I think she's coming into herself.
Okay. So I think that's the thing, is this show is really the start of her finding who she is.
And a lot of times what happens is when someone is plus size, they've dealt with all these issues, or at least one of these issues at some point in time in their lives, whether when they were a child, whether when they were growing up. But this, I believe, is her story. So we're dealing with her story and how she comes about and dealing with all the stresses of being a plus size person and everything she's had to go through starting from when she was a little girl, because she was a little girl and was heavier.
So through flashbacks, they show you that she's been plus size all her life, and I've been through that.
Me too. Same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I've been active, but yeah, we've been plus size all our life.
All my life.
There's never a skinny moment that I remember.
Yeah, not that.
And I remember I think there's a lot of, I don't necessarily identify with her specifically,
right? But
we've all, if you've been plus size, there's a lot of notes that that little boxes that you're gonna check saying, I've been through this, I've been through
or
that,
something similar to this.
So she goes to the pool party, and I think we can remember going to our first plus size party, and I know that I was impressed because representation matters, and going into a place where people look like you and can identify with your issues matters.
It makes a big difference.
It makes you feel more comfortable with yourself, and you're able to take that comfort and go out into the world and be more confident. And that's what she's learning.
Yes.
Through the show.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I could see from Annie in this shows, and she's definitely trying to see how to assert herself in life with all the things that she's taking in, and just from daily lessons that she's learning, like just dealing with men or F-boys, as you want to call it.
So one of the things that I think touched a chord with us, among many things, is it directly talks about the struggle. I don't necessarily know it's a plus size thing, because I think a lot of women are going through this now, is the friends with benefits, situationship. I want to do things with you that's like a relationship, but you're not going to actually be a full part of my life and get all the rights and benefits of a girlfriend or a serious relationship. And she goes through that struggle. I think the problem that we sort of have is it's only 6 episodes.
Right.
So I think because it's so short, some of it is fairly predictable.
Very much.
We actually could watch it and say, okay, this is what's going to happen next.
And I'm not really usually a good caller of, okay, that's going to happen next. But we found ourselves doing that a lot.
And there was a lot of that, but I still feel like it was good to see the open and honest that this is our struggle today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So overall, we liked it.
Overall, we liked the movie.
I think it just... There was too many stereotypes, I think, for me.
I think they tried to pack too many stereotypes in 6 episodes. I really think it should have been a storyline. They should have played it out. Like, play out on each storyline. Like, give it a chance to develop and everything. But I think they tried to pack everything in 6 episodes. I don't know if this is a pilot and they're trying to run it or something like that. So they wanted to get everything out so they could throw everything at you. But that's where it seems like they were going with it.
I honestly feel like it was this is about a plus size women. We don't know if people will watch it. We don't know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. We don't know. So we're going to keep it down to 6 episodes and just give you basic storyline. Right. Mm-hmm. Because towards the end, it felt like there were things that they were either trying to wrap up or pull together that I didn't necessarily need. I did want to sort of talk about the whole, that thing where if somebody likes you, you're beautiful and you're sexy and this. Right. But if they don't, then you become a fat bitch.
Oh, all the time. Oh.
So there's a subplot of a troll, and I'm sure we've all gotten internet comments on pictures or whatever, or maybe we haven't. Or you're worried about life. Yeah. So there's that, and I think to your point of there was just too much
given too soon, and it affected the.
It would have been nice if there was like a separate storyline. Season 2 was the troll who's affecting her writing.
Right.
I think that I like that she became empowered.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to give any spoilers away, but I like how she ended her situation professionally, or how her professional situation turned out towards the end, because we wanted her to be empowered in herself.
Definitely.
And there only seemed to be one way for her to do that. It seemed a little strange to me that if this was made now, mm-hmm. that she wasn't on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or anything Snapchat else. It was as if that and maybe there are people who aren't on social media who aren't, but they're like, it seemed a little too sheltered.
Absolutely.
But maybe there are women who are, I'm not a millennial, and maybe there are women who who need, and I also think that is there even one person who needs this, then it's sort of worth it. It is worth it.
But I think it can reach anyone. I think there's so many relatable points in the show, even in the series, even in the 6 episodes, that I think anybody can relate to it, even those that may or may not be plus size.
Right. Yeah. I have to say, I don't necessarily think I wanted to like this, but I do think it's necessary, and I would really like to see it delve deeper, instead of it feel like it was very shallow.
Yes.
But it was important that they did those things because, again, we've gone through a lot of those situations that she's gone through and worked through, found our own way to empower ourselves.
Absolutely.
So, we're a little further along in the journey, but maybe somebody who's not, who doesn't know that there's parties or conferences or whatever it is to go to and find people who can identify.
Everybody has a starting point. Everybody has a moment of realization, and they move forward. For some people, it happens very early on. I have friends that have always been empowered, and that was based upon the way their parents groomed them. But then I've had other friends that I've met along the way that, it took them a while. But it's a growth. It's a walk that you have to take.
Yeah. So I enjoyed seeing her walk. It was I think I'm struggling, and I'm not sure why. And I think I'm struggling because I think in 2019, mm-hmm. I'm mad that I had to question what year it was, that it's even still needed
a conversation.
Right. It's still even in the conversation that needs to happen. That's my frustration.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Is why do I still need to teach people how to be good to people of different sizes, and why do I have to tell you or show you how not to be a fuckboy? Like, why do I need a whole 6 episodes to say,
right.
hey,
if you have feelings for me, it's okay for you to be with me.
That you can be plus size and wear a bathing suit and enjoy your life and be empowered. That I don't deserve to be called a cow. I shouldn't have to deal with internet trolls. But no, here's 6 episodes so we can fully illustrate what life is like for us, and don't be a douchebag.
Pretty much.
I think there's a lot of funny quotes. We're going to pause for a moment while I go find those quotes. So there's a lot of memorable quotes. I think it's supposed to be a comedy. I'm not necessarily thinking, or a dramedy
or something like that. A little campy and funny.
Yeah. But there's one quote where she's like, "I have the big ass and the fat. Fat ass.
Yes.
And I'm in charge." When she's talking to strippers, shout out to the people who wear the glass heels on the pole.
Yes.
Word. So that was worth it. Like little things like that. Those empowering moments. And I feel like we did an interview with Lillian, and I talk about Lillian all the time where she talks about courage references.
Excuse me?
She talks about courage references. So a courage reference is basically you have done something that empowered you. Right? So you fought the battle, you did the thing, and so now you're at the next battle, and you're like, well, how do I, and you take the memory from the previous time, how you felt, and you use that so you can get past this next hurdle. Yeah. There's a part where she goes to meet the strippers, and she hasn't had a moment yet. I don't think. I think she's had some triumphs, but not with sort of dealing with plus size issues. So she meets the strippers, and the strippers say, you know, if you have a fat ass, big titties and a fat ass,
big tits and a fat ass, then you make the rules, or you tell
you're in charge.
Thank you.
So then later in
that again.
You're in charge.
No, say the whole thing again.
Oh, I'm making this up. So big titty. If you have big titties and a fat ass, then you're in charge.
Absolutely,
you're in charge. If you have a flat ass and no titties, you're still in charge. Let's be clear.
You're a woman.
Whoever you are, you're in charge. Because I feel like sometimes we have this, skinny bitches and this and that. No, nobody's bitches. Everybody's in charge. So then she has a moment and she uses somebody else's empowerment to empower herself.
Yes,
so
she does.
Sometimes your courage reference doesn't have to come from yourself.
Within, per se.
That was the very long-winded way of saying that. Okay.
It came from an experience that she had.
Right.
And it resonated with her, so she repeated it.
Right. Okay, so overall, you should go watch this TV show on Hulu. If you don't have Hulu, it's cheap. Get Hulu.
I'm not going to say get Hulu. Find a friend. No. Find a friend who has Hulu, or wait till it comes out on some other,
Hulu, if you're watching this and you want to sponsor me, don't listen to her.
All right. I mean, if you want to purchase Hulu, that's great.
All right.
But if you can't purchase Hulu right now, find a friend who has Hulu.
Steal the other people's Hulu.
Right. And get some popcorn, get some soda pop.
Whether you're plus size or not.
And sit down and watch it with some friends.
This is a show for everyone. It's empowering, and it's a good journey to watch. Again, if you're a douchebag, watch it so you can understand this is why you're a douchebag.
The woman's also in her 20s, right? Whoever this is, I'm saying whoever this is. Annie's in her 20s, right? So she's a young person who is growing up, who has to deal with all these things. So
yeah, but we know women in their 40s who are probably like this.
I understand that, but this is her story about coming of age or coming into herself. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of people who have already come into themselves or will come into themselves. And I think, the younger generation, or the millennials, as we say, would enjoy something like this, because it's about millennials coming into themselves. And if you happen to be plus size, hey, now you really relate.
I'm Venus of Savagely Curvy Connect. This is Maria.
Hi.
This is about Shrill. Go watch Shrill. It's awesome. Yes. And there'll be a link. Do I need to link anything?
Maybe, can you link Hulu? Or?
No, I can't link Hulu. So Hulu, I can't link the Hulu, but there will be a link in the description below. So look, I'm doing my dance. No, I can't do the dance because there's no link up there. Down there will be a link to the description. Check out all the videos. If you like this video, please like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe so you can see more videos like this. If you disliked it, then you're a hater, and we love you too.
Love.
So thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.